I believe to really build a successful business, there's certain levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is authority.
Mm-hmm.
This means like, you achieve your peers' respect and people know you and they like you.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's celebrity authority, where I believe is the highest level where that a business can go. And looking at your clinic today, Liberty Dental Clinic, I believe it's at that level. I mean, most of your patients, a lot of your patients are some of the top celebrities in the region.
Yeah.
How were you able, I know you work with your brother closely, how were you able to position yourself, not just any clinic, but the go-to clinic in the marketplace? And what strategies can not only dentists, but other businesses can model so that they too can have a similar feel to them?
Very similar to my previous answer about specializing, focusing on getting the perfect work done first, and then focusing on media and the celebrities, and make sure you follow the right sequence of that. Because unfortunately, I sit with a lot of fresh graduates, and the plan is to open an Instagram page, become very famous, and then I become a successful dentist. This will knock you out in no time. You don't have a base to stand on. So first of all, patience, it's going to take time. It's not easy. Second of all, you become a good dentist. You grow your reputation. Celebrities walk in, your social media grows. Or vice versa, your social media grows and celebrities walk in. But the other way around is the best way to failure. And a lot of people, unfortunately, are doing that.
Do you think it's important for dentists to be on social media?
Of course. Of course. Anyone that says elsewise is in denial. Usually the older generation would deny it because, I have all respect because back in the days, I don't know where you grew up, but here we all knew like one dentist, one ophthalmologist, and there was like 3-4 doctors in town that everyone knew. So, my tooth is hurting, go to this dentist. Everyone knows that. So, social media wasn't needed, even if it was there. But now, I don't think there's any other way that's as effective.
Does it matter the platform? Some dentists or some business owners might not like being on camera, for example. So it doesn't matter if they're on X, LinkedIn, YouTube.
Yeah, it does because dentistry is very visual. And that's why probably they're the most to spread on social media. If you notice, compared to other specialties in medicine, dentists are all over the place because their work is very visual and their work is very easy to promote. So, for example, if you have a surgeon who did an open heart surgery, he cannot show you before and after. It's the same patient. But for us, we can. So that's why you find a lot of them on social media, and that's why it's very important to show your cases. And to be honest, nowadays, I think, not for us, but I see a lot of clinics who are actually hiring based on the amount of followers, but based on the cases that you've worked and the photos that you've kept in your record.
Mo, I want to talk to you about team building.
Yeah.
I know, for any business to succeed, you can have a great vision as an owner, but mostly it's your team that executes that vision. How do you go about building a great team?
You need to stay on top of it, unfortunately. One of the biggest weaknesses in business in general is where you feel like, a lot of people might not like this, but that's the truth, where you feel like there's one person that is irreplaceable. Then eventually things will start moving in a very, very personal way. Different controls will start functioning in the business. That's why, for me, every person is very important as an individual, as a human, as a person. Like, this is family. We take care of them. But at the end of the day, we are all going by the guidelines manual. So that's one of the first things I achieved personally as soon as I came into the practice, is I put my head down for 3 years building a guidelines manual composed of almost 600 something pages. So you're a new receptionist today here. here, read from page 112 to 122. Next day, you're ready to execute. You're a new endodontist. Okay, this is the material we use. Okay, we respect what you learned. We respect your way, but this is the material we use. And this is the method we believe in based on this academic research from XYZ University. And that's how we do it. So everyone should have the respect, but the business should not depend on one person in a way that things will not run without this person. And this includes me. My job is in that guideline manual. If I'm sick, if I leave the country, if anything happens, they can simply open up this manual, read it. Next day, Dr. Mohammed is covered. He's good.
So you've got systems, you've got operations
Yeah.
that no matter who is running them, like a McDonald's, doesn't
Exactly.
matter who's running a McDonald's.
Exactly, and that's what we're promoting now. We're actually just established the world's first international dental accreditation. So we were the first dental practice in the Middle East and North Africa to achieve an international accreditation, which is the ACHS. It's Australian. It's like the JCI, but Australian, because JCI did not have the dental department yet. Once we got that done, I'm like, okay, this is amazing. It was an eye-opener because by the end, because they ask you to build this manual. By the end of it, I'm like, wow, like we're a different place now. But then I realized in the dental department, we are very powerful. And, thanks to the experience, thanks to the years, and to Dubai Health Authority as well, which also has a lot of requirements that we had to meet. So we realized that we can build something that's even stronger, and that's where we built the Liberty Dental Accreditation, which we got accredited recently from ESQA. ESQA is the higher body that accredits accreditation bodies internationally. And now we're accrediting clinics around the world, and it's an amazing business because it's not just about selling your brand, but also organizing the industry in many ways and kind of summarizing your 27 years in a manual that can be applied over a year. So I think this structure is the way to go for any business. That's how McDonald's made it.
Yeah, no, and I love that because, see, a lot of people think when they start the business, they're going to have freedom. And they don't realize that what they're literally building is just, a job that they own, right? Because if they're not in the office, nobody's doing the work the way they expect it. If they're not managing the team isn't doing anything. If they don't have, a process of exactly how to get things done, every time a new person comes in, they have to train them over and over and again, same thing. So they're never moving forward. But when you can say to yourself, look, I can take a 2-week vacation and sleep like a baby because I know my practice or my business is running because there are systems or operations, only then you can actually say that you have freedom.
Yes, but as an entrepreneur in this industry, or anyone who's starting up, I mean, even for us till now, with everything that I just said, you still need to be there, eventually. Why? Because there's that 0.5% of problems or issues that is not mentioned in the manual. And that's where you have to come in. So I don't think any person who's running a business can just walk away.
No, well, of course, they can't walk, but you at least deserve a comfortable vacation.
Of course, vacations,
once in a while and go away.
Yeah, but some people have this picture that, I have a running business that I can just take a year off and still make the same amount of money and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you invest in businesses, yes, but running your own business is something else.
Yeah, I think, look, there's a price to pay for everything, right?
Of course.
And for you to have this freedom, as you mentioned, you had to build this massive manual. I'm sure it took a lot of time. I'm sure it took a lot of money. I'm sure it took a lot of energy, a lot of sleepless nights.
A lot of losses, by the way.
Yeah.
Not just gains.
Because you had to try all these methods. Not like
and we lost people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, very special, hardworking people who are very good at what they do. But that's one more thing. Not everyone is willing to adapt. Not everyone is willing to change. Yeah. See, the first thing you face in such scenarios is resistance. The curve of any change that happens in any organization. Resistance is number one, and that's where you lose a lot of people. And it's unfortunate, but if you are looking to build something for the long term,
Yeah.
it is what it is.